Somewhere in the world right now, a crocodile is crying. Real tears rolling down its scaly face. But it doesn't feel a thing. When a crocodile cries, it's just biology, leftover fluid squeezed out while it eats. That's actually where we get the phrase crocodile tears, fake ones. Now think about the last time you cried. Not from an onion, not from dust in your eye, from a feeling, a goodbye, a song, a memory that reached in and broke something open. And here's the strange part. As far as we can tell, you are the only creature on Earth that does that. Millions of animal species, billions of years of evolution, and only one of them weeps because of how it feels inside. You. So why? Why would nature build a creature that cries? To see how strange this really is, you have to know that not all tears are the same. You actually make three completely different kinds. The first are basal tears, the invisible ones. A thin layer that coats your eyes all day so they don't dry out. Every animal with eyes has these. The second are reflex tears, the ones that come flooding when you slice an onion or get soap in your eye. They're a rinse cycle, pure defense. Animals have these too. But the third kind is where things get strange. Emotional tears. The ones that arrive when you're overwhelmed, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. And here's the part almost nobody knows. Emotional tears aren't just salty water. A scientist named William Frey spent years studying what they're actually made of. And he found something remarkable. Emotional tears are chemically different from the other two. They carry more of your stress hormones. They even contain a natural painkiller, a chemical your body makes to soothe itself. So when you cry from emotion, you're literally flushing the chemistry of stress out of your body. You're not leaking, you're releasing. But that only deepens the mystery, because from an evolutionary point of view, crying makes no sense at all. Think about what actually happens when you cry. Your vision blurs, your throat tightens, your whole face changes. You broadcast to everyone around you that you are not okay. Out in the wild, that is the last thing a survival machine should do. A blurry-eyed animal is an easy target. Even Charles Darwin was stumped by this. The man who found a purpose for almost every trait in nature looked at human tears and admitted he couldn't explain them. He called them purposeless. So how does a purposeless trait survive millions of years of ruthless evolution? Nature doesn't usually keep things that don't earn their place, which means tears must be doing something important. We were just looking in the wrong place, not at the survival of the individual, but at the survival of the group. Here's the idea that changes everything. Tears aren't a weakness. They're a message. A researcher named Ad Vingerhoets spent his career asking why humans weep, and his answer is quietly beautiful. Crying is a language, one older than any word we've ever spoken. When you cry, you send a signal you almost cannot fake. Anyone can say, "I'm fine," with a steady voice, but tears slip past your control, and that honesty is exactly what makes them powerful. When a baby cries, a parent comes running. When a friend breaks down in front of you, you move closer, not away. Tears pull other people toward us. They lower defenses. They soften anger. They ask for help without a single word. And remember what crying does to your eyes. It blurs them. For a few moments, you genuinely cannot defend yourself. That isn't a flaw in the design. That's the entire point. It's your body saying, "I trust you enough to fall apart in front of you." You only cry like that around people who feel safe. There's a small clue that this runs deep in us. Newborn babies cry from their very first day, but for the first few weeks, no tears come out. The wailing is there. The water arrives later, as if the body is still installing the feature. And once it's installed, it stays with us for life. Think about the moments when humans cry together. Funerals, weddings, the end of a long war. A team that finally wins after years of losing. In those moments, tears sink us. A whole room of people leaking the same feeling at the same time. And this is where it connects to something much bigger about us. Humans didn't survive because we were strong. We weren't the fastest or the fiercest or the best armed. We survived because we bind ourselves together. We care for the weak. We grieve our dead. We comfort strangers we will never see again. Tears may be one of the oldest tools we ever had for holding a group as one. A single drop of water that says, without speaking, "You are not alone in this." So the thing that feels like breaking down might be one of the most human things you can possibly do. The next time your eyes sting and the world goes soft and blurry, don't be embarrassed. You are not malfunctioning. You're doing something no crocodile, no lion, no creature in all of nature can do. You are feeling so deeply that your body has no choice but to answer. We all know what crying is, but maybe what was never the real question. Maybe the real question was why. And the why turns out to be this. Somewhere on the long road that made us human, learning to fall apart together is exactly what kept us alive. That's the thing about being human. Go beyond the what and ask the why.